Thanks for coming over. This is Amodeus. Today's Dungeon Under Champion video is about the Dark Skand Berserker Scavenger. What a great tank, especially after Update 5. You got a couple of stat boosts. As you can see, his attack speed is at 2 now, which is really great because that's his main way of dealing damage. Now, if we look at his skills here, we're going to see that his first skill is auto attack. It's called Battle Hardened Will. Basically, it attacks enemies, and every 10 times as a passive, he gains a stack of toughness up to 2. That's incredibly important because his second skill, on a 6-second cooldown timer, not on adept, unleashes a savage shout that provokes and lowers the attack of nearby enemies. So basically, once they swarm him, he can use his third skill called Whirling Axe. Raises his defense and spins around, damages into everybody in an AoE. Now, if he's enraged through the use of his fourth skill, Juggernaut, then it's also going to slow everybody. But not only that, Juggernaut gives him basically the meat and potatoes of this character. It's going to give him damage reduction, immunity, and undying. It is phenomenal on a tank to have all of those things. Because basically, you just give him a little lifeline with the healer, and he just never, ever dies. Now, this particular champion, I'm testing him out right now. Usually I would have him on adept, right? But I wanted to test him out on vampire. Really heavy damage build, too, if you saw his stats. He's attack, crit damage, attack. He's on vampire. His skills are really going, or his substats, rather, are going to be based on his skills. It's going to be crit rate and accuracy. Basically, what I want to do is, I want to do a lot of auto attack damage. And I don't have a good set of Martial. Let's be fair, I don't have any set of Martial. But I think he would be great on that, right? Martial's the new set that increases the auto attack damage by 200%. Now, if you look at this Savage, he doesn't have a lot of hit points. Seems very squishy. High crit rate, moderate crit damage. And this is really key for Savage specifically, because he does have that Undying skill that he activates, because he does get immunity. And because we are going to be backing him up with a healer, I think that we can squeeze more damage out of him and give him some additional sustainability by having him on Vampire. And the Provoke is up more than enough to do what it's supposed to do in Ultimate Blitz. Because we've taken this team from floor 1 of Ultimate Blitz Normal all the way through Epic floor 50 so far. And this is actually floor 48. And as you can see, he's going to Provoke and shut down one of those Ronas. The other one resists, which is why you want to have some of that accuracy on him. But look, this Rona is not doing anything but getting beat up by the other Rona. Now, that is one of the things about this team that you're probably going to notice. Once the units get provoked, you have the Light Archangel come in and then lays down a silence. So you were constantly in control of their skills, right? So that's really, really, really helpful, especially since we're basically autoing everything except for targeting a Rona. I mean, like here, we're going to target this Rona, and that's it. I mean, we're putting her skills on lockdown so she doesn't rock us and just make us wipe. They already took out Manus. So, and it's situations like that where I wanted to have damage on a bunch of my units, right? So obviously Rona's got damage, but normally we would kind of like lean very heavily on Manus for his OGD. But just getting everybody to deal just a little bit of damage, not much, just a little bit, really helps clean these levels out pretty fast. So let's just go ahead and jump into level 49 and you'll see it again, right? Because on Epic 49, we have, oh yeah, this is a great example because we have these big, bad, greater demons, right? So just like you would see in Arena, greater demons can really kind of ruin your day, right? But the nice thing is he's got immunity, right? So he can get his immunity up, he can get his provoke up, and suddenly that Trawl for Victims, which is what drags everybody in around the greater demon, is no longer effective because he can't use it. So he's just attacking, and that's just not all that effective on a team that's backed up with shields from the Light Archangel as well as the heals from Manus and the Water Magic Girl. So it's a very survivable team, and because we were able to put a little bit of damage, which is what I was really hoping for in all honesty, to build this Skand Berserker with a little bit of damage, even though he's a tank, right? This is not typically what I would recommend for a tank, right? I would totally go adept on this particular unit, and then just like maybe some accuracy and some HP, right? But just being able to squeeze some extra damage out of him makes these Ultimate Blitz levels so much faster. And when you can auto the whole thing, basically the only thing you're looking at is how much time it takes to get through each level. So a minute on the level, that was 49. Let's jump into 50, because 50 has the Dark Archangel, which is an amazing champion, amazing unit. No matter what they did in Update 5 for the Nature Archangel, still love the Dark Archangel. So unfortunately, we do have Rona on this team. So basically, we're going to strip, and everybody's provoked, so they're not doing anything, and then they're going to get silenced. So again, that one's not doing anything, and then we're going to move over to the other one that's, you know, kind of getting some stuff off. Now that one's silenced. Now they're both dead. Now we're moving right into wave 2. I was a little worried about this level because of the Blade Master, you know, because that Blade Master ultimate has a real good chance of wrecking an armor broken Dark Skand Berserker. But once again, the provoke worked, the silence worked, and that never actually got off. So as you can see, like, it got off right away on this one, right? And, you know, we didn't get our immunity up. So, you know, the Dark Archangel and everybody spending all their time over here beating up on the poor Skand Berserker, while we have Rona, who I hear does a lot of damage, is just picking them off from a very safe distance. Now we have Undying, we have immunity, we have toughness, we have raised defense, we have a shield, we're getting healed. Like, he is uber tanky on this vampire build because of all the backup and team synergies we have. Now, oh, I can't wait to summon that. So what I will say is that the Water Magic Girl basically negates the passive because she gives all that toughness, and they match up pretty evenly. But like I said, he doesn't do a lot of damage. No matter how you build him, he will never do a lot of damage because his main attack is really going to be that auto attack. But if we can squeeze a little bit out, that's why I think he's like one of the very few units that's really good on Vampire. And that's crazy because I just said the other day, like, there's no units who are good on Vampire. But this guy, whew, I really, really like him for this. Now, I've tried him out in Arena as well, but you know, there's so many better compositions for Arena that involve silence, whether it's the Nature Diva, whether it's the Light Archangel, whether it's the Light Firefox Assassin. I mean, there's just so many other teams that are better that the provoke doesn't really come into play over there. Plus, with the advent of immunity being so big with Nature Archangel, you basically have to have the perfect strip and provoke to go in there, as opposed to these constantly going silences that stop that stuff. But as always, thanks for watching the videos. Let me know what you think down. Have you guys been playing with the Skand Berserkers? Are you liking them? I got Brusque on the back burner, the light one. I think he's going to be a great DPS unit. But we got to check him out. We got to see. We're holding off right now because we want to build Skuld, the Dark Valkyrie, first. Because I just saw a team rock Steel Widow 15. And Skuld was one of the main healers. Just pretty impressive. But as always, like I said, thanks for watching the videos. Have a great day. Bye.